What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the sixth episode of the ReadMe podcast. My name is Banuka.
And my name's Idanja, and I'm actually quite pleased that we've survived for 6 episodes, and nobody's actually said anything.
Well, they've said some things, but that's fine. That is fine.
Well, I was gonna say, kind of like CNN in news overseas, we have this, but actually in local news, we've been at Infotel.
Ah, yes, the gathering of... What exactly is the Infotel?
Well, it's basically Sri Lanka's largest, how do I put this? It's Sri Lanka's largest
IT gathering thing.
Trade fair? Yeah, I suppose you could call it
trade fair. Is it really a
trade
fair?
It is a trade fair because, like, on one side you have all the educational stuff, right? You have all the educational institutes offering discounts and advertising their programs and stuff. Then you have the industry aspect of it. You have companies offering services, pushing to get a bigger name for themselves among the bigger players in the market. And then, of course, you have a ton of trade stalls. So, yeah, I suppose you could call it a trade fair. Everybody's out to sell you something.
Well, then again, isn't that how life works? Everyone is trying to sell you.
It is.
So if you guys are actually watching this video, this podcast on the time it's uploaded, you should know that today is the last day of Infotel, so you might want to go ahead and visit it if you haven't.
The last day? No, it's the first day. It's the first day.
Here's the thing. They are going to be watching this on Sunday, therefore it is the last day.
Oh, it is the last day. Yes, it is the last day.
Oh, Yuda.
Well, fair enough. I didn't account for the editing. Well, yeah. Accounting for time, it is the last day, and it's Saturday is probably going to be very active. So yeah, might want to drop by, see if there's anything. There's quite a few deals and stuff floating around from what we saw, and we'll likely be recapping all this stuff in a post on ReadMe. But don't take our word for it. Drop by and see what you can get out of it.
I mean, do take our word for it as well, and then drop by.
Alright, and in news overseas, finally I get to use the line. Microsoft has dropped the legendary Nokia branding.
Yes, now there's a lot of issues with this.
Exactly.
Now, one thing is, Nokia is one hell of a brand. It's been there ever since.
Are you kidding me?
Right?
It's been there since creation, right? God made the universe, and as a byproduct, Nokia was also made. Right, Nokia started out as a Finnish company selling rubber boots or something. Yeah,
I understand the fact that they want to promote Microsoft.
Dude, it started out as a pulp mill in 1865. Before Bill Gates' grandparents were conceived, right? Well, that might be stretching it a bit, but before Bill Gates' parents were conceived. Right, and Microsoft just bought that thing. They spent a ton of money buying that brand, and they just threw it away. I can't understand why they.
Well, here's the thing, right? They want to use that technology and keep on promoting the Microsoft logo.
Obviously, they want the Microsoft logo out there, but
but it's like free brand awareness that you've created with billions of dollars of marketing money.
And this is a company that in 2006 had 41% market share of all phones sold globally.
Changed dramatically. Right?
Exactly. It did change dramatically, but imagine that brand awareness. No matter where you go, it might have failed.
Everyone knows what a Nokia is.
Exactly.
It's not something
it might have failed, but Nokias are synonymous with legendary build quality and, just being a damn good phone. And Microsoft has just thrown that brand out of the gutter.
So basically my phone is the last of its generation.
Literally, our phones, right? Our phones are the last phones to ever have the Nokia branding on them. And this makes me feel extra proud of my phone because...
But I would understand it if Microsoft just kept Nokia as a subsidiary and just let them have the Nokia logo. I don't know, have Nokia / Microsoft logos or something.
Something, right?
Like even the Lumias that we have, right? There's the Microsoft logo in the middle, and that's fine. That makes sense. And it says Nokia on the back. I just would prefer if they continued that. I believe it would make more financial sense in terms of just not throwing away all that brand awareness, because that's not something that anyone can just do.
Yeah, I mean it's like I don't know, it's stupidity on a whole level because think about it. They spent a pile of money acquiring Nokia, right? And you can be damn sure that the majority of what they paid for, okay, other than the patents and the manufacturing plants, quite a lot of what they paid for was also for that brand. Because if it was a random Chinese no-name manufacturer with equal industrial capabilities, they wouldn't have had to pay those billions for the company.
Well, yes, that is true.
I just don't see the logic of this. But well, it's Microsoft, so let's see how the phones turn out.
So we can all agree that the people who decided to do this at Microsoft are pretty smarter than Yudhanja, so it's okay.
No, they're not. I'm smarter than all of them put together. This is fact, not fiction. And have you heard of Ebola.com?
Oh my god.
Okay, I
So
should laugh.
I'm a domain junkie, right? I own like 150 domains in total. Yes, I'm not exaggerating. I just do own a lot of domains. I buy stuff, I throw away most of it in the end, but so someone had the idea to go ahead and purchase Ebola.com. So
And
go ahead
he
and tell them
sold
what
it.
happened.
He sold it, right? A businessman named John Schultz. How do you pronounce this? Schultz. Schultz, whatever he is.
Let's just call him John. I mean, the first name is just too obvious
Right.
to.
A few weeks ago, he wanted to sell the Ebola.com domain, right? And he was trying to sell it for 150,000. He bought it for like 13,500 in 2008. And his company called Blue String Ventures just sold it off for 200,000 rupees.
That's a pretty good return on
But
investment.
check this out. According to the SEC filing, the people who did the buying are a Russian company called Weed Growth Fund. Weed, okay, not wheat. It's the Weed Growth Fund. I can imagine Bob Marley laughing right now.
Ebola.wheat.
Ebola.weed.com. Ebola.weed.com, right?
And if you have any questions, you can message us at readme at
No, these
ebola.com.
guys are literally potheads, right?
Well, that's perfect.
Check this out, right? According to The Verge, they're paying out $50,000 in cash, dollars, right? And handing over 19,000 odd shares that it holds in another pot-focused company, Cannabis Sativa. Oh my god, Ebola.com has been bought by a bunch of potheads. Yeah.
What is next on our list
Electric
of yes.
cars. So you remember you telling me, okay, so basically guys, in case you've been living under a rock, right? A particularly large rock that doesn't let you access Facebook.
Okay. For the last few decades.
For like, let's be reasonable, like the last week or so, we put out an epic video that's kind of trending on Facebook right now. We did a video on the Code Gen supercar, right? A bunch of Sri Lankan guys.
Well.
It's doing quite well, right? It's literally trending on my newsfeed right now, and I didn't even share it in the first place. Sorry, dude.
I will kill you.
So we went and interviewed a bunch of guys in Sri Lanka who are building a supercar from scratch, right? And that got us interested in electric cars. See, Banuka
A little
here,
too interested.
kind of. See, Banuka and I both have transportation problems. He lives in Battaramulla, I live in Dragama. He's
No,
lazy.
there's nowhere we are. No.
Well, good luck getting to my place, honestly. Like people die. Christopher Columbus just gave up trying to find my place and he found America instead. They said he was looking for India, but he was actually looking for Agama, right? in any case, we've been looking at electric cars as a sort of cost-effective alternative because given our daily commute to work, we'd pretty much be spending millions of bucks on fuel alone. And get this.
Well, I mean, millions of bucks through a period of, let's say, 5-6 years, because you don't just spend.
It's 5 to 6 years, and you've neglected Kotu expenses and things like that.
True.
Yeah.
So in order to save the.
You want to tell them what you found?
I found a lot of things actually. Some of the things which I hope that I didn't find, but yes. So there are a few electric vehicles in this country that you can actually get and would work. with an actual 240 watt adapter, unlike going to those electric charging stations, which are all impractical because the time when Sri Lanka actually has electric charging outlets like they do for petrol and diesel will be a little too late. So I went to this place in, Borala, right?
Borala,
Yes,
yeah.
they have something called Spark. And I took a look at what they had.
Spark EV, right? The company's called
Yes,
Spark EV.
Spark EV, Spark Electric Vehicles.
Uh-huh.
Yay, free promotion for them. And they have something called the Nissan Leaf and the Mitsubishi Outlander and stuff like that. So I decided, you know what, I might probably...
Dude, you know what? Those cars are bloody expensive.
They are pretty expensive.
I had a look, right? This BMW is a good-looking car. I'll give it that. It kind of looks like a Suzuki Swift, but at the same time, I can't afford it. It starts at 9.8 million.
Yes, that is a little...
That's
too much to pay.
Lakhs.
I mean, even if you are trying to rationalize with the cost of
it does 180.
commuting.
It does like 180 to 200 kilometers on single charge, right? It's a good car.
Yeah, but I get it.
Hell.
But I mean, if you're getting a car to save fuel, I mean, to save the money on the fuel expenses, you're not going to be getting that i3, right? You'll be getting a lower end model.
What do you mean a lower end model? There's like the Leaf, and there's random Chinese shit, and that's just about it, right?
Yes, so I decided I'm actually going to get the Leaf, which is 4 million. It's not so bad, and you basically have to pay nothing for fuel. Ever.
4 million. Like burgers. Whatever it's called.
It's a decent amount of money, but the fun fact is that they said that they're bringing a new car called the Renault Twizy. Now, if you haven't heard of this, I really urge you to go to Google right now and search for Renault Twizy.
The Renault Twizy is just brilliant, right? I've been looking over the specs ever since Bhanuka told me. It's basically a really small car. Rather, it's more like a scooter with 4 wheels, right? It's electric. It's got no power steering. It weighs like it's about as heavy as a feather. It's like 400 kilos or something, which is nothing for a car.
That's one hell of a feather.
But honestly, 400 kilos is nothing for a car. So it is basically a one-person car that looks like it came out of Minority Report. And the way the thing is set up, no power steering,
it's technically a 2-person car.
Well, yeah, but only if the second person was a midget. Okay, let's
you guys have to see that. You have to
be realistic here. We can only fit. Let's say the second person was Andrew from ReadMe. Yes, you could fit Andrew in there, but you can't fit anybody else. Not from our team, man. So basically, this car handles like a go-kart, right? Because
it looks like a go-kart as well.
Kind of looks like a go-kart from the future. You know what you'd see in Minority Report, and it actually looks cool, right? I'll give it that. And I think this would be brilliant to drive because by all accounts, even looking at the 5th gear video and looking up the suspension specs, all of that stuff, this thing is a go-kart. It's an electric go-kart. It makes no noise. And that's the best part about it. It makes no noise, which means you can sneak up on people and run them over. Okay, so I mean, there are tons of photos of the Twizy. I don't know how much these guys will bring in for, but if it's below 10 lakhs, I might actually buy this. I kid you not.
We'll be those buggers running around with whatever the hell that looks like, and
no, I mean,
we'll actually be those.
Dude, it even charges off a 3-pin plug, right? You can literally park the damn thing in your house.
You plug and play.
Yeah, you just plug it to whatever adapter you have right now. It just works.
You go around the place asking people, "Hey, dude, can I charge my car?"
Literally, like I can drop by Mahesh's place and be like, "Me, machang car charge karagan," and the good part is he will be able to charge it. It's a brilliant car and it looks cool. It just looks cool. You know what?
It looks interesting. I'll give it that. I'm not going to go ahead and say it looks cool.
No, it looks cool, right? You know what? The Tata Nano Cab thingy. I figure it's about the size of one of those Nano Cabs, but a lot cooler, and it's got the Renault logo on it, which has to count for something, right? Better than the Tata logo.
Well, yes. I mean, Renault does do some good cars.
Well,
but then again,
they are French. The French are good for fries, but I don't think they invented that.
I really don't think they invented that.
But by and large, this seems like a really cool thing. If they do get down to Sri Lanka,
who invented
French fries? Shit, we need to have a look at this. Who invented French
One
fries?
enduring origin story holds that the French fries were invented by street vendors on the Pont Neuf Bridge in Paris. So it's actually made by French people.
Seriously?
Your point is invalid.
Seriously?
So Google
no,
says
no.
otherwise.
Check this out. The French fry originated in Belgium.
Says who?
Wikipedia.
No, it's.
Yes,
I went to wikipedia.org/French
Check
fries.
this out. Belgian journalist Joe Gerard claims that a 1781 family manuscript recounts that potatoes were deep fried prior to 1680 in the Meuse Valley. In what was the Spanish Netherlands, that is present-day Belgium.
To hell with Joe Gerard.
But that's the thing. These are Belgian
French fries were made by the French.
French fries were
End
made
of
by the
story.
Belgians. No, French fries were made by the Belgians, right? They were introduced to France when British and American soldiers arrived in Belgium during World War One, and they tasted Belgian fries.
You can give me stats all you want. You can be as rational as you possibly can.
No, these are Belgian
French fries.
Belgian fries, damn it.
And French fries, and we'll probably end it here, shouldn't we?
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have talked about many things. 4 of them
ranging from electric cars to French fries.
That was kind of pot say. So I think we're done for the day. We will see you next week.
We actually missed out on a topic that we were going to talk about Google.
We were going to talk about Google's VP. One of Google's VPs.
But let's just sum up that quickly. One of the Google's VP jumped up from a really high place. Good on you, mate.
We were also going to talk about Interstellar.
Really?
Dude, you have to check out Interstellar. Well, you have to. You will. We will eventually. So, no, stop. Listen. Christopher Nolan, right? The guy behind Batman. Obviously, the Dark Knight trilogy. Everybody knows it. His new movie is Interstellar. And according to some of the reviews popping up on my Facebook feed, it's not just good. It goes beyond good. And somewhere, it just ends up somewhere in the land of, like, legend. Right? There are people saying they're actually crying while watching it. Well, wait, hold on. That's not a huge achievement, is it?
Well, on other breaking
I cry every
news,
time.
on other news which is breaking and which is also far more important.
You mean broken news?
The world's first heart transplant in St. Vincent's Hospital happened on a heart that stopped beating.
Okay. How is that news?
A heart that stopped beating was transplanted. That is major news.
What's that news?
That's basically brought a dead guy back to life.
Is this new?
Yes.
Hold on. If I type in Google,
happened today
heart that stopped beating. Oh shit! It actually comes up on Google. Doctors transplant heart.
News. It's like medical industry shattering news kind of news.
Well, it's not relevant to a podcast, but wow.
Regardless, that's like a massive breakthrough.
That's a paradigm shift for organ donation. And on that, I can't call it a bombshell, can I? On that thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Not everything is a bombshell.
Everything is a bombshell. Jeremy Clarkson, take note. Not everything is a bombshell.
Dude, what is with you and Jeremy Clarkson? I hate Clarkson Jeremy Clarkson.
Jeremy Clarkson is pretty much what I want to be when I grow up. I mean, not the whole cast thing. Pretty much that sarcastic, annoying guy in the room who's irrefutably right. He's doubly annoying because what he says is right, and I want to be that guy. I'm halfway there.
With that. Now, for like the 7th time, we're actually signing out. My name is Banuka, and that is a sarcastic, annoying guy in the room.
I am Jeremy Clarkson Jr. We will see you next week.